You came here for a reason. Somewhere deep inside, you're not just chasing goals. You're trying to find you. Not the version the world expects. Not the one that fits the mold. But the real you. The one that's still hidden under all the pressure, the pain, the mistakes, and the doubts. This journey you're on, it's not just about reaching success. It's about discovering the person you were meant to become. See, somewhere along the way, life tried to convince you that you weren't enough. That you had to be like them. That your dreams were too big. That your voice didn't matter. And you might have believed it, for a while. You might have played it safe. You might have stayed quiet. But inside, you always knew. There was something different about you. Something louder than the noise. Something stronger than the fear. A fire. A force. A purpose. That's what the journey is for. To bring that version of you to the surface. And no, it's not easy. Because before you build your dream, life breaks you. It tests your patience. It strips away your comfort. It makes you question everything. But that's where it happens. That's where you grow. That's where you stop being who the world made you, and start becoming who you were born to be. Every early morning. Every late night. Every setback. Every lonely moment when no one's cheering you on, that's part of the process. You don't find yourself in the win. You find yourself in the grind. You find yourself when you're exhausted, but you keep going. You find yourself when the world doubts you, but you believe anyway. You find yourself when nothing's working, but you show up again. And again. And again. Because the truth is, no one else is going to hand you your identity. You have to earn it. Through pain. Through struggle. Through the decision to keep moving forward when everything in you wants to quit. You want to know who you are. You're the one that never gives up. You're the one that fights even when it hurts. You're the one that refuses to settle for a life you don't love. You're the one who's still here. Still showing up. Still working. Still believing. And with every rep, every sacrifice, every lonely day, you're building something the world can't see yet. But you feel it. You know what's coming. Because this journey, it's changing you. It's sculpting you. It's pulling out the greatness that's always been inside. And one day, it all makes sense. The doubt, the grind, the silence. It was never punishment. It was preparation. Preparation for the moment you look in the mirror and see someone unrecognizable. Stronger. Wiser. Unshakable. That's who you've been building this whole time. So if today feels heavy, if it feels uncertain, good. That means you're in the middle of the transformation. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Don't wish it away. Lean in. Because this is where the real you is born. Not in comfort. Not in praise. But in pressure. The world doesn't need another copy. It need. Let's make something clear. This path you're on. It's not meant to look like anybody else's. It's not meant to be easy, predictable, or perfect. It's meant to be yours. That's what makes it special. That's what makes it powerful. Because there's not another person walking this earth with your exact struggle, your exact vision, your exact fire in their heart. Your journey, the way you think, the way you grind, the way you fight for what you want, it's one of one. And yeah, sometimes, that makes it lonely. You'll look around and feel like nobody understands. You'll question if you're crazy for dreaming this big. You'll compare yourself to people who seem ahead, and start wondering if maybe, you should have just played it safe. But hear me right now. There's no behind when you're on your own path. There's no blueprint for building your dream. Because what you're doing, you're not just chasing money. You're building a new identity. You're rewriting a story that's been handed down for generations. situations. You're finding you while becoming a millionaire. That's why this journey matters. See, anybody can chase a paycheck. Anybody can follow trends. Anybody can copy what someone else did. But you chose to go deeper. You chose to become someone so disciplined, so locked in, so obsessed with growth that the outside world couldn't ignore your name if they tried. That's what separates you. You're not doing this just to flex. You're doing it because something inside you refuses to settle. You want freedom. You want power. You want peace. You want to know, without a doubt, that you didn't waste this life playing small. And the beauty of it is, every dollar you earn, every sacrifice you make, every time you say no to distractions and yes to purpose, you're not just stacking money. You're stacking proof. Proof that you believed. Proof that you stayed the course. Proof that you found yourself, not by talking, but by doing. You're turning the pain into fuel. You're taking everything that tried to break you and using it as bricks to build a future no one thought you deserved. This journey is special because you made it special. The missed parties. The quiet nights. The broken relationships. The fear, the pressure, the tears behind closed doors, all of it means something. Because you stayed in the fire and refused to break. Do you know how rare that is? Most people fold when it gets uncomfortable. Most people give up before the breakthrough. Most people don't even start. But you kept going. And that's why you're dangerous now. You're not just working a job. You're working a mission. You're not just chasing goals. You're chasing greatness. And yeah, the money will come. But more than that, you'll be able to look in the mirror and respect who you see. Because you'll know, you didn't cheat your way here. You didn't fake it. You became it. Millionaire. That's just the label. But who you became. That's the real flex. Disciplined. That means you're still in it. Still growing. Still transforming. And it means your journey is still being written. Let them doubt you. Let them ignore you. Let them talk. Because while they're watching, you're working. While they're judging, you're building. While they're hoping you fail, you're figuring it out. And every single day, you're getting closer. Closer to the goal. Closer to the moment you break through. Closer to that version of you that nobody can touch. So remember this. It's not about where you started. It's about where you're going. It's about what you're willing to give. Who you're willing to become. And how far you're willing to go to make sure you never, ever live below your potential again. This journey is yours. It's sacred. It's real. And it's changing your life. From the inside out. Now keep going.